If you take a fish out of water and you throw it onto land, it's really easy to say, look at that fish. Apologies for the vulgarity, but I hope it illustrated a point in that you might just be in the wrong environment, right? And if you're in the wrong environment, it might be because you don't know who you actually are. And if you don't know who you actually are, it's probably because you let other people tell you who you are. And I'll just give you a cheat code. You're not a fish. Out of all 12 years of my sort of like spiritual awakening journey, this fucking game of hopscotch right here, this human design body graph, has given me more opportunities to explore who I am than any other system. More than astrology, more than yoga, more than a lot of the somatic healing stuff and workshop stuff, sound healing, any of the stuff I did. Literally, human design helped me to ask the right questions about myself. And here are the questions you can ask yourself, especially if you have undefined centers, these white centers like I do. Also, if you don't have a body graph, go to my website, reikimarco.com, links in the bio, generate a body graph, it's free. I have reports you can buy that will literally tell you everything about this, but just go look at your body graph. If you have any of these white centers, and even if the centers are colored in and defined, like these are the kind of questions you want to ask yourself. When it comes to mental pressure, what you want to ask yourself is, am I trying to solve other people's problems, or is my identity wrapped up in solving other people's problems? When it comes to the ajna here, ask yourself, am I thinking about how to convince people that I'm certain? Am I trying to convince people that I'm certain? With the throat, is it, am I doing things just for the attention, or do I have a real intention with sharing this? And if you do have an intention, is that intention about somebody else? Again, these white centers here, they tend to amplify the energies of people around them. You will mistakenly identify with those energies thinking they're yours. This is the G center. It controls identity, not controls rather, but it rules identity, direction, love, stuff like that. What you want to ask is, am I looking for external validation? Am I looking for somebody else, specifically an external authority, to say you're moving in the right direction, or you're worthy of love, or you're acting like yourself? Am I externalizing that to an external source? The heart, am I trying to prove anything? Right? In terms of worthiness, do you think this is worth going after? That kind of stuff? Or am I competing with people just for the sake of proving myself, maybe when I don't even have the right energy? This is the solar plexus. This is where all the emotion lives. In awareness and energy, like physical energy. Here, the question you want to ask yourself is, am I avoiding the truth? Or am I so in love with a story or a version of myself that I will lie to avoid having to let go of that story? It's about the truth. Okay? A lot of pressure and heat. If you're afraid of pressure and heat and you have an undefined solar plexus, I'll tell you, if you're avoiding heavy emotional situations, that kind of stuff, you're not using your solar plexus to the max capacity. Okay? Fish out of water. Sacral here. When is enough enough? If you're asking yourself, when is enough enough? I don't know when enough is enough. You've probably already had too much. Spleen over here says, I don't know what's good for me. You're not taking enough time to listen to the whisper of your own intuition. You're too busy listening to podcasts and downloads from other people. Go for a run, right? Get out of your habitual way of doing things and learn how to distinguish the difference between fear and danger. Down here with the root, am I rushing to avoid the pressure of something? Or am I totally numb to the real reality, the pressure of certain things need to get done? This handles pressure, stress, the energy to move forward. So all those questions that I asked, I'll ask them again just to make it clear for you. Am I trying to solve other people's problems? Am I trying to convince people I'm certain? Am I doing things just for attention? Am I looking for external validation? Am I trying to prove myself? Am I avoiding the truth? Do I know when enough is enough? Do I know what's good for me? Am I rushing to avoid pressure? Those questions are some of the questions you can ask yourself if you feel like a fish out of water. And if you're judging yourself heavily, it's because you're answering the questions from up here in your head, and you're not actually feeling into the organs that these little hopscotch squares represent. Now, hopefully this information was helpful for you. I'd love it if you let me know in the comments if this was helpful, and if all me cursing and being mean to the fish was worth it, okay, for a hook. Okay, let me know in the comments. But recognize that this is just information, and I'm just the guy on the internet. Please do not just take my word for it. Don't trust me. But you're listening. So listen. And specifically, I want you to listen to your body. Like, I want you to listen to your celiac ganglia and your nervous system. I want you to listen to your gallbladder and your stomach and your heart. I want you to listen to your liver and your blood. I want you to listen to your throat, your vocal cords, your parathyroid, your thyroid. I want you to listen to your pineal gland. I want you to listen to your spleen, listen to your sex organs, listen to your adrenals and your kidneys and your feet. Like, I want you to listen to your body. And that's what this entire system is really about. People get off their fucking rocker about being able to, oh, I know exactly what line this is and this tone and that tone, but they still do not have any connection with any of their organs. It's like they took all of their organs and they crammed them into a little box and said, you know what? Fuck surrendering to the form. Fuck what this system is actually about. I'm just going to become the master of this system, because the sad reality is, guys, most people want to live up here in the head. The head cares about you being right, not about you being satisfied or fulfilled or loved. It cares about being right. So it becomes this like constant breaking out of a prison just to find yourself in another prison. The reality is we have limitations. Our bodies have limitations. And the more that you can learn to accept your limitations, the sooner you can surpass them. Now, if you're serious about surpassing your limitations and like actually coming into a healthy, safe relationship with your body, please come check out my community, The Archive. We're teaching something called sensory design, which basically takes the body graph and translates it into physical exercises you can do so that you can actually cultivate an inner authority, a sense of safety, a tolerance, so that you no longer have to solve everybody else's problems, convince people that you're certain, do stuff for attention, but you will actually be able to know what problems are relevant, know if you're certain or if it needs to be communicated, not do things out of attention, but express things because that's the genuine expression. You kind of get the idea. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.